Hi again, this is Sarah Williams with Phoenix Rising. This is part 3 of the Marijuana Control Board meeting in Fairbanks. July 13th is what we're going to cover today for 15 minutes, I hope. We'll see, right? Okay. So, so this is how we ended the day on the 12th. We ended the day on the 12th with this situation where a gentleman came in and he was... Guys, I'm just going to describe. I'm not a racist person. But he was a very large black man in, I believe, a purple suit. I'm not sure. My details escape me. But he was a big presence in the room all of a sudden. And he came in and he sat down as a support system for Alaskan Tasty Cannabis. And I don't remember the gentleman's name, but the board asked, what was he doing here? And he was a board of director. Well, he was trying to justify kind of his title as support system, but it wasn't jiving with the business documents that they had. And so it brought a little bit of concern after it was approved with delegation. These guys were called back like 15 minutes later and said, hey, we need to reconsider your application first thing in the morning. So, okay. So you're telling me I just got approved delegation. I'm moving forward, right? And then you're gonna rethink it tomorrow morning. So what do I do between now and then? Right? I just wait, right? So you wait. Wait. These poor guys. So I sat down next to them, and they were nervous, and who knew what they were. I figured it was that they were concerned about the what Mr. Butler's role was in their life, but they just pulled it off just well. Said no, he was just a support system. It's just a family attorney that just wanted to see what the process was. So much so that he thought he could just come and sit there and not cause a big stir, and he did. It was great for the support system, but yeah, it created lots of confusion. And so then once that was cleared up, that no, he was on the phone. Their attorney, Lance Wells, was on the phone with them as well to assure the board that this Butler individual had no financial interest that was, not declared in the business. And so that was an interesting part of how Wednesday ended and Thursday started. So let's see, let me look at my notes here. Oh, I covered that. They have a 3,000 square foot standard cultivation facility. Said that they grow with organic for pest control. And maybe they might expand to retail if a location is found. And it was a 3-2 approved with delegation. There was still a little bit of suspicion as to what Mr. Butler does in their lives. And so then, this one's good. Let's talk about this one. So the next lesson to be learned was Alaska Medicinal Gardens. Right, Alaska Medicinal Gardens. Springer states he was uncomfortable with medicinal in the name. Motioned on the name change. Wanted to know if they'll be doing other licenses. As long as they change their name, they've been approved with delegation. But it does very much bring up a very valid point. Your name... If your advertising cannot represent curative or therapeutic effects, well, your name can't represent therapeutic or curative effects either, right? Mama! Medicinal very much. Oh. Mama! Just one moment, friends. Mama! Yes, my love? No! You are currently being watched by Miss Crystal, and I am currently recording a video for my friends. Alright, let's see how long this lasts. It'll be fun. Alright, so then we move on to Alaska Medicinal Gardens, right? Okay, so name change on them. All right, good. That's where we're at. Thank you. Back at it. Now, Peninsula Botanicals was approved in the city of Kenai. Just, they go through and they make real detailed notes about, she forgot to mention the 3-day waste notification on there, and so Lauren brought that to the attention. Another license for Brandon Roybal with AK Aurora Blooms. He has multiple licenses. Definitely a serious player in this industry. He was approved with delegation. Alaska Horticulture Arts. Alaska Horticultural Arts. This will be fun. I'd like to meet these people. These people are in Wasilla, and there was some questions about the license premises diagram, but sometimes it's hard to see with the different pictures, that people send. Then we had some new business in Houston. Dan Ferguson and Primo Farms North. They're going to be looking at a prefab building and on that space. And it'll be out there in Houston. So, one of my favorites. I think I love this favorite because I love this name. Secret Garden Cannabis. And if I make them famous in this moment because they were the most... They were like so well dressed and so well put together. This is so perfect. Every day at 1 o'clock, I have an alarm to remind myself to spend some time with my inner divine. Dance, meditate, relax. So James Thornton, we'll make this as my background music for this section. He handed me a business card, and every business I can help. So I approached him, and I thought, well gosh, they've got an 8,000 square foot facility. Maybe the Yanmar generator, the power plants that I've got for sale, maybe those will fit. So I thought I'd introduce it. But everybody wants them off the grid. Oh, but James gave me a card. And I'm so excited because later I saw him Thursday night at the industry meet and greet. He's an interesting character, but I'll tell you, these, I got it written right here. Check this out. Look at this. Can you see it? These will be serious players. Alright? I believe in them. Just the way they showed up, And just the way they showed up. It's been awesome. They were concerned about the distance between... Oh, that's right. There we go. They were concerned about the distance between, his home address and the facility being Girdwood and Anchorage. With that going to be a problem for security issues. And for an 8,000 square foot facility, I would highly think they probably have some on-site security. And so they assured them that security would not be an issue. They're also applying for a retail, which later in the day that they were approved for. And then we come to where let's do a time check. 8 minutes and 39 seconds. I got these lips that need watering. And it's 1 o'clock. All right. I have a 2:30 appointment, so I have an hour left to continue to record these videos. All right, here we go. So then, after Secret Garden got their approval with delegation, now they're off to deal with the Anchorage municipality permitting nightmare. Good luck, guys. Good luck. We have Gold Hill Gardens and Bob Michael. So Bob's a go-getter, this guy. This guy said, okay, he's a sole owner, he's got some kids on the property, doesn't anticipate any visitors, but if so, he'd log in and visit them. It's a very small facility, mentions what his security system is, anticipates maybe 1 employee, but these questions all came from the fact that his answers in his application were not complete enough at the time when he submitted them because he wanted to maintain his secrecy, maintain his privacy. And the challenge with that is marijuana businesses kind of have to follow the same policy that all of them had public applications, and so we all see the answers to these questions, and so they tabled his application until September. I mean, think about what happens when someone's application gets just tabled. Oh, nothing I can do for 4 months until they want to talk about me again. Just imagine that feeling for a second. Your application gets tabled, which means no action happens on it. What are we, 2.5 months? September 14th and 15th will be the next meeting in Nome. Right? So now that guy, if he wants to show up, he has to spend the money on an airplane ticket to go to Nome, or hope that the phone system gives him an accurate awareness of what they're saying so that he can fight and advocate for his business. But see, here's what's interesting about this guy. This guy, he was tabled, right? So he goes home, and as he tells me later, he, strips himself down and gets into bed, and he has a small pity party, and then he says, no. I'm going to fix these answers right now. I'm going to print them off. I'm going to get them to the board by tomorrow morning, since there's one more day of a meeting, and maybe they will consider me, right? Okay. So he does it. So he gets up, he answers these questions. He gives me a copy of it later. They did not allow him to be reconsidered. So he is still moved to the September meeting. So now he's trying to figure out how to get airfare money to get to Nome. Very interesting, very interesting. Then we move on to this guy. This guy has a very sexy brain. And my last few minutes I'll talk about this guy, and then we'll move on to another part. I have him right here. Look at this. This stuff right here. This guy has a sexy brain, right? Okay, let's talk about this guy. So, this guy, Jason Bott, right? Green Star Inc. Talking about this facility. He's going to do 4 to 6 pounds every other day at full capacity. Okay. He's growing arrow gardens. I'm really excited to see what he's going to put forth. Green Star Inc. Right? Okay.